Hey guys, so today we're talking about the sun again. We're going to finish reading up um, what we started. So remember yesterday we talked about the sun and we talked about how we're kind of going to go over just a few of the information that we learned about yesterday because it's going to be important for today. So we talked about how we depend on the light and warmth that the sun provides. We talked about how it changes the temperature of objects on Earth. The one big thing that we need to know is that the sun is a star composed of gases that provides light and thermal energy. Okay, so a star that's composed of gases that provides light and thermal energy is heat. Okay. And so we said that during the day, the light strikes the earth. And so this energy is transformed into thermal energy. So that's why when it's hot outside and you go barefooted on concrete, that's why the concrete is so hot, because the light is striking the surface. At night, the sunlight no longer hits the ground and the land becomes cooler. Okay. We talked about how animals and plants rely on energy from the sun, and without it, life would not exist on Earth. We talk about how animals get their energy from the plants that they eat, and the plants get the energy from the sun. Your body relies on sun to provide vitamin D. So I kind of talked about how, like Miss Nantho, I don't go outside a lot, so I have to take vitamin D in a pill. Because my body doesn't get enough of it because I don't stay outside a lot. And then you can get too much sun, which can cause skin damage. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about the sun. And remember, I'm going to highlight some things that are important for us because you may see them in some questions that you may have to answer. Okay, so when you look at the picture of Earth and the sun, you might think they are about the same size. However, the sun is a medium-sized star and huge compared to the Earth. So this is the sun. And then this is the Earth. Okay, so here's the sun and this is the Earth. So you can see that it is really big. So the sun is a medium star and huge compared to Earth, okay? More than 1 million Earths can fit inside the sun, which is larger than all planets and moons in our solar system combined. There are other stars larger than the sun, but the sun just appears larger because it is closer to the Earth, okay? Solar energy. Did you know there are houses in Texas that use solar energy to power homes and save on electricity? Solar energy comes from the sun and is Earth's most plentiful renewable resource. Okay, so solar energy comes from the sun and is the Earth's most plentiful renewable resources. So my dad has a friend who he put solar panels like these on his house to help conserve energy. Renewable resource is made from resources that Earth can replace and will not run out, such as wind, water, and sunshine. So that's important. It's made from resources that Earth can replace and will not run out, such as wind, water, and sunshine. Okay. What types of energy does the sun produce? The sun is at the center of our solar system, which has 8 planets. Okay, so the sun is at the center, and we have 8 planets. So that's going to be important because we're going to start talking about planets later this week. Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun. Okay, that's important too. The planets revolve around the sun. The sun's gravity holds Earth in orbit around the sun. Without gravity, all the planets would continue moving in a straight line. The sun is extremely hot. The hottest part of the sun is its center or core. So the hottest part of the sun is its center or core. where the temperature can reach more than 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. That is very hot. One type of gas changes into another type of gas at the core. This change gives off a lot of energy. The light and thermal energy travels through space from the sun to the planets around it, including Earth. So the light and thermal energy travels through space from the sun to the Earth and the planets. Okay? So guys, right there is just telling us that the sun is very important. It does a lot of things for us. So the word orbit means the path one object takes around another. Okay? And so we're going to be talking more about orbit later on this week. There are different types of energy the sun provides. One type of energy is light. Some of the sun's energy is given off as light, you can see. Okay, so one type of energy is light. Thermal energy is also known as heat energy. Thermal energy is the energy of moving particles in a substance. Okay, so thermal energy is the energy of moving particles in a substance. This type of energy moves from one object to another, in the form of heat. Okay. Some of the sun's energy is given off as heat. Okay, so that's another type of energy it gives off is heat. So it gives off light and it gives off heat. You can feel this type of energy as warmth. Think of a warm, sunny day. All that energy actually comes directly from the sun. You can describe how hot or cold something is by measuring its temperature. You measure temperature with a thermometer. Water gets warmer when it takes in or absorbs heat from the sun. Okay, so that's why sometimes the water's warm because it's absorbing the heat. Water gets colder when it releases the heat. So when it no longer has that heat, it gets colder. Okay. There's one thing that I don't think we went over. I'm trying to find where it's at. So I don't remember talking about a sunspot. I don't remember. Okay. So, let's look at, let's fill in the blanks together because you're going to have to do another assignment in a minute. Okay. So we're going to, where it says try now, fill in the blanks using the words from the blanks. So let's look at this. It says the sun is a medium-sized blank composed of gases. So it is a medium-sized star. Remember? The sun is a star. Okay. The reason that it looks brighter and larger in other stars in the sky is because it is the blank star of Earth. It is the closest. It's the closest star. It is located at the blank of our solar system, center. The sun's gravity keeps Earth in an orbit. The sun provides us with light energy, which is changed into blank energy when it strikes the Earth. Heat, thermal energy. Okay. Energy from the sun changes the temperature of an object on Earth, and the temperature increases. Without the sun's energy, life would not be possible here on Earth. Okay, so using the information that we learned about today, you have this handout that says Science Tuesday, And at the very top, it says vocabulary match. Match the words to the definitions. So the words are sun, core, sunspot, star. So it says a cooler spot on the sun's surface that occurs for a short time. And I want to say that's going to be sunspot, because I don't remember talking about that. Sunspot. Yeah, so I'm going to put a C because that's going to be sunspot. Okay. Now your job is to look at the next 3 definitions and figure out, is it going to be sun, core, or star? And all you need to do is write the letter. Okay. At the bottom, it says fill in the answers to the questions. So we've read 2 days about the sun, so you can go back and watch the video from Monday, and it's going to tell you, describe 2 things the sun's energy can do for Earth. Identify 2 characteristics of the sun. So characteristics mean what are 2 things about the sun? Maybe how it looks, what does it produce? Identify 2 types of organisms that need the sun's energy to survive. That we talked about on Monday. 2 types of organisms. So what are 2 things that we talked about from Monday? I'm going to give you a hint. It's in here. So if you want to go back and watch Monday's video, that needs the sun's energy to survive. When you are finished, you will submit this into me. All right, guys. If you do not have this handout, you look under materials, click the link, and you can copy all this down to answer the question.